Norwich never took their chances. Game full of poor decision making and a whole lot of misplaced passes. Ralph Ragnick, what I wanted to ask is, when you took this job, did you ever envisage how big this task is? Norwich never took their chances. Game full of poor decision making and a whole lot of misplaced passes. Ralph Ragnick, what I wanted to ask is, when you took this job, did you ever envisage how big this task is? This win don't mask it, cause the team like us should have left Norwich dead and buried in a casket. This win don't mask it, cause the team like us should have left Norwich dead and buried in a casket. Yo, this is the OT99 Banter room where opinions are shared and smoke get served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Firms, and I'm joined today by NK and Edwin. And today we are going to talk about our away game against Norwich. Manchester United got the 1-0 victory away from home. It was more difficult than I thought. I think we made a big meal of it. You know what I mean? And quite frankly, I feel like we were lucky to get away with 3 points. Norwich had so many opportunities, at least 3 clear-cut. Or not so much clear-cut, but they had 3 opportunities where they could have punished us and they didn't take their chances. So look, we're going to dissect this game and get into it and see who performed well, who didn't perform well, the total thoughts on the game. So guys, let's get into it. So Edwin, look, Manchester United, you know, this is still the rise of Ralph Ragnick. We've had like a week under our belt now, or just over that, where Manchester United has been able to take in and absorb a lot of what Ralph Ragnick's philosophies are and his style of players. And right now we saw a team which I was hoping to see be more adapted to his philosophy and his style. But I was kind of disappointed in how we played. What was your views on Manchester United's performance today, man?
Okay, first of all, like another clean sheet, as NK would say, you know. But you know what it is? And look, we've got clean sheet.
Big clean sheet.
We've got the win. And, you know, one thing about teams that succeed as well is not always about winning beautifully. Sometimes you've got to have those ugly wins. But as long as we got the 3 points, because at the end of the day, no one's going to matter whether it was a 3 or 4-0 or just 3 points on the board, right?
City got the tough one, you know what I mean? City grinded out a win.
A lot of the teams got a tough one because, look, Chelsea grinded out a result. Liverpool even... Late. I watched Liverpool game. That wasn't an easy game for them.
Chelsea cheated. Liverpool cheated.
How many penalties did they say were in the Premier League?
And City too, but penalties.
A lot of penalties.
And penalties to United too.
Yeah, but the worst one was the Chelsea one. That penalty was not, but that's a different game. But what I would say is that we won, right? But as I said to you, because I spoke to you at halftime, the formation and what he's trying to do will take time to install. But this is a problem. Like, as much as Oli went, the players have got to start turning up. Because realistically, the only player that's really been consistent is De Gea, and that's a goalkeeper. Like, apart from that, the team, like, the thing is, it's like someone like Rashford and that, like, the passing, the end product, is the decision making. And sometimes you can't train the decision making on the pitch. You can give your instructions, but I feel like it wasn't a good performance. When you watch it, it wasn't a good performance all around. Although we got the win, there's just so many problems still in the team.
I agree.
It's gonna take a while to strip that away and then bring it back. But look, at the end of the day, we won. But at the same time, it wasn't a good performance. Despite his goal, Ronaldo struggled. I don't know how Rashford stayed on for the whole game. I don't know how he took off Sancho and brought on... Like, when you could tell how upset Sancho was, because Sancho was probably thinking, I haven't had a bad game like Bruno or Rashford.
He was fuming when he came off. He was trying to mumble under his breath. He wasn't happy.
But he had to be.
And he didn't need to come off.
Even though he had a quiet game, he didn't make the mistake. Like, Rashford was just giving the ball away. His decision-making was poor. Fair enough, he had that cross that was for Ronaldo, but that still was a bit behind him, right? Bruno just... I don't know what Bruno was doing. Bruno sometimes passes to the other players like they're part of Man United's team.
Bro.
You know what I mean? And
did you see the stat about the missed possession?
He had the ball at left back, then he blasts the ball. Like, he tries to do that, and he goes to the player. I'm like, Bruno, just play the simple.
Keep it calm,
And this is the problem. When you don't start taking off players, right, and showing them they're not indispensable, they'll do whatever they want. If you had pulled him off at halftime or even after and brought Van der Beek on, he needs to start thinking, okay,
Yeah.
cool, my place is not safe. But he's just, think about it, yeah, he's making the same mistakes consistently in the game because no one's really telling him anything.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
true.
mean?
He's been doing that. He's been doing
Think
that
about
with
it,
it
like, if
already.
he got taken off, then he'll be thinking like Rashford should have come off at half time probably. But I
But
just feel
do
like,
you know what? Yeah, go on. Finish
yeah, I just
off.
feel like it wasn't our best performance, but I'm glad we got a win and we can build onto it for our next game.
100%.
Even though I don't want us to lose, we need a shock. Like certain players need a reality check because now Ollie's gone. Yeah, there's no hiding behind Ollie's the problem now. Now it's really like, are you the problem? Before it's like, oh, maybe Ollie. No. Now certain players now, if we see them consistently playing bad, maybe we could be like, it's not the management, it's actually the player.
Yeah,
that's why I was so happy when Ragnar, when he had that interview and said, look, if you don't want to play for Man United, it's not my, remember we were talking about this, it's not my job to convince you. And I think I'm happy to hear him be in that place where he only wants players that want to play for Man United to play. You know what I mean? So,
that's what we're a big club, but we need to be thinking like that. We need to be acting like that. You can't be coming and playing around at Manchester United. Look, to touch on your point, and you touched on quite a lot of things, and I feel like, you know, the whole decision making and, you know, Rashford, 1 minute he was hogging onto the ball and then losing it on the left wing. I remember like dragging it and doing all of this nonsense. And then 1 minute again on the right hand side, he laid it off to Ronaldo where probably he should have gone for a shot. It was a bit behind Ronaldo and we missed the opportunity. So again, the key thing is the decision making of certain guys, the passing as well, like you touched on with Bruno Fernandes, but with most of the team, I saw Fred giving the ball away. I saw Bruno giving the ball away a lot. I see our fullbacks giving the ball away a lot. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a mess. And it's not only just the long killer balls and it's the simple passes. The simple passes were literally not getting it right. Manchester United, the size of a club of this stature, can't put simple passes together, like a consistent run of passes. We can't do it. Like it's just mind-boggling to me, and I feel like yeah, Man United is struggling with this new system, with the formation, playing narrow and all of that. But it's just the basics. Manchester United is just not grasping the basics of football. It's crazy. And you know what? I was hoping that we'll have a Tuchel effect where he'll come in and then boom, eureka, like we're playing sick football and we're going to smash teams. But I feel like it's going to be a slow grind. It's not going to be like that. Do you know what I mean?
But at the same time, you've got to remember, it's like them teams like Norwich and that. It's not like how it was in the back in the day. You could go to Norwich and bang them. These teams, they actually cause trouble for the big clubs. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
But do you know what I've realized as well about the passing? Maybe I don't know if NK saw this as well. Did you clock like it's like they'll get in a position and it's like they'll do like a little touch on the ball, like. When it gets to the last point, they'll do everything, like maybe run. And the last pass is like, they're tired all of a sudden. The ball doesn't even move. Like,
bro, they're trying to be too cute, bro.
Was doing that. Bruno was doing that. Ronaldo is just like, once they get there, it's like they're caught in like two minds. What should I do? And then before they know it, they just do something silly. So, yeah. But at least with Ronaldo, you know he will pop up with a goal. Like, I know it was a penalty, but he scored. But someone like Rashford, if Rashford is playing bad, he don't even get a goal.
100%, 100%. I don't know how he's still making it on the pitch. I really don't, man. But Ralph Ragnick, man, it must be a stature thing. It must be. I know he's got the quality, but
no, but you got to give him a chance because what I think he's doing is probably a value. He's still this is
early days.
Some of these games are like his preseason. He still needs to evaluate these guys in the game. So I'd say the fair judgment of him will come maybe in January. Once he gets December out of the way, and January, maybe mid-January. Now then, we can see what team he picked and what his decision making is.
Do you know what it is? I'm not mad at him at that. It's just the substitutions where Rashford is still the one staying on the pitch and Sancho's the one coming off it. Like if you're looking at the game, I'm looking at it thinking like Rash is not having a good game right now.
Yeah. So do you know what it was probably? You know what I think he was thinking? I think he was thinking, let me keep Rashford on because if we hit them on the counter, we need the speed. Because you remember Sancho, even though Sancho is somewhat quick, he doesn't have that burst like that. He's not like you know what I mean? And when you look at the bench, there was no one really that could run behind the defense of that because Greenwood is sharp, but he's not like that. You know what I mean?
It's going to be interesting when Cavani comes back, boy, because if we're talking about speed and Rashford needs to play because of that, then Cavani, man, the movement. I didn't see that much movement.
That game.
And Cavani,
but you remember the game where Cavani and Ronaldo played together? They showed that speed wasn't an issue. Their movement was enough.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, we have to see NK, man. Look,
Eke
obviously,
was right, look, I can tell. When Eke does this here, puts his head to the side, he knows about to
bro,
rip to someone.
this is gonna be that. It's gonna be that verbal onslaught, bro. Look, NK. There was a lot of things that was discussed and a lot of things to unpick. But let me hear your views of what you saw today, man. What was you? How do you evaluate what you saw today, man?
I mean, it was a very disappointing performance because after Crystal Palace, the players got rested, and then we just think like, today we gonna go there, bang Norwich like 3-4 now. If I was a betting man, I'll probably give United a 2-goal style. I still think we're gonna win like 4-0, but it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
I think what I saw today was I see the players knowing exactly what the managers want them to do, but then they just don't know how to do it. You can tell they're still learning, but they're just not quite sure how to do certain stuff. For example, they've been asked to play the ball much quicker than they are used to. So when they play the ball, I think when they get to certain position, because they have to play so much quicker, they kind of like lack ideas when they get to the final third. It's like the intensity that they've been asked to play, they are used to slowing it down. And sometimes they want to slow it down in order to find a pass that they want to play. But obviously, the manager is telling them, "Look, I want you to do it quicker." They haven't had time to work on it as much on training. So right now, it's more like using words to tell you what I want to do. And because of that, you can tell that they are struggling with how, like, for example, McTominay today, for example, his passing was very good, but you can tell sometimes he wanted the game to slow down for him. And when we're pressing too, he's not the quickest to help with the press. Fred, you see how Fred will run from one place to one place in like a split of a second. McTominay take his time to kind of like do that too. And then in attack too, look, I talk about Bruno time and time again. I said Bruno is a kind of player, that need a manager to give him freedom. Once you start telling him how to play in a certain kind of like style of football, he struggles, bro. You saw that at the Euros with Portugal, bro. He was struggling because he was asked to do a job that he couldn't do, because the thing about Bruno's game is he want to do whatever he likes to do, bro. Sometimes when you're playing the ball, it's just simple. It's not every day that you do the Hollywood pass. Bro, I said number 10, number 10, you're supposed to be a creative guy. If you play 10 forward passes and you get 2, that don't make you a number 10. Bro, I can do that. I can play 10 forward passes forward. If 8 goes wrong and then 2 of them end in an assist,
you ain't doing nothing, bro. You ain't doing nothing.
Bro, you have to be, bro. But do you get the logic though? The thing is, the more you do it, the more you're going to have a chance of being successful too. But in a game when you play like that, you have to be careful too, especially away from home. Don't go play any kind of, like some of the passes that he was playing. I just don't understand it. One time we were defending in our goal area, and then he just done it. His passing too is not like a proper kind of like pass.
I saw it. So Paul Pogba is a lot more clinical with his passing, 100%. Right. And what I saw in a stat was rough. I think Telles, he was on this list. There was about 5 players, right? Bruno being the highest. I think they showed it at halftime, right? With 36% possession, like lost, right? It was like Telles, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford was on that list, and 2 other players on that list of just giving away the ball. Nobody can keep hold of that ball, bro.
That's what I was trying to say, because I mean Bruno do that all the time, but right now they ask them to play it much kind of like quicker. And the thing is, he needs to cut that out of his game. Yes, play the forward pass, but it doesn't always have to be Hollywood pass all the time. But first half, you cannot lose ball possession 17 times first half, He lost possession 17 times, bro.
Yeah, 17.
That is wrong.
Bro, look, away from home, away from home, when you do that, that is what that's why United, this season, we have had teams, countering us, from time and time again, bro. And now
this is the reason, This is the reason why when we was first scouting Bruno Fernandes, when we had Mourinho, them days there, when we was first looking at Bruno Fernandes, I heard one of the reasons why a lot of teams didn't go for him is because he gave away the ball a lot in midfield. Like, that was the one thing I heard about Bruno. They said They don't want to go for him because he gives away the ball a lot. And this is exactly what we're experiencing. Yes, he's good.
Right.
He gets these goals and he gets these assists and everything like that. But if you notice, there wasn't a big, like massive interest in Bruno Fernandes. It was like Tottenham and Man United. That was it.
Yeah. Bruno, the thing is, Bruno cannot play in a possession kind of like team. He loses the ball too much too.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's just about knowing when to do certain stuff. You know, if you see the ball and you don't see it, like you don't see it clearly, but sometimes just look for the option on the wings or something like that. So, of course, the thing is, it's not that he doesn't have options, you know. Sometimes he got the options next to him, but it's like he doesn't trust his teammates sometimes, to be given the ball. He feel like he has to do everything by himself. And that needs to change because it's a team game, bro.
No, but it's true what you said, because even that time when, I don't know if you saw this, where he was on like the left back, there was someone right beside him, just him. He went to go and, you know, when he does that blasting ball that goes.
Yeah, I saw that, and he missed that.
Like,
bro, just sometimes, bro. The thing is, there were 10 guys on the pitch too, bro. Not everything has to be Bruno. I think when he first came here, maybe the teams that he's playing for, because Sporting too, he was the guy that they look forward to for everything to happen too. And when he first came too, he was in an average team where we look to him for all our creativity, everything. Yeah. But then now the team is starting to have quality all over the pitch. So sometimes you gotta just trust people to just say, hey, you know what? Let me trust them for them to also find certain stuff that I cannot find too. And he needs to learn that off his game too. Bro, the thing is, the way we are playing, as time goes on, the system, will take the weakest players out of the team. Bruno right now is starting to look like one of the weakest players that's going to be in this system too. McTominay, eventually, right now, he's going to be there because we don't really have options there. But eventually, he will get weed out of the team. Rashford is another one too. Rashford, as time goes on, he is going to come out of the team. We need strikers. Yes, pressing-wise, he can do the job pressing-wise. We don't doubt that, We don't doubt that. But he play as if he's a winger. He's playing as a center forward, but he's still playing as a winger. That mentality needs to change.
Rashford don't even... Who's that? Bruno or Rashford?
I'm just saying Rashford.
I'm talking about Rashford now. I'm talking about Rashford. Rashford play as a winger, but he needs to start... But when you are asked to play as a center forward, you need to do that. When he's
not a center forward, bro. That's the thing.
Yeah, but then he's straight winger, that's what I said to you. Eventually, the system, will take players out, because in this system that we play now, if he cannot play up front, there is no way he can play at the number 10 role, because he has to be narrow. And Rashford is not a guy to play narrow because he always run into traffic, and because of that, he cannot play in that narrow role. The only option for him is up front. When he get the ball outside the penalty box, bro, he's very positive. He run. The minute he get into the box, it's like his IQ just go from like 100 to 0. Literally just dies out. I don't know whether it's confidence or whatever it is, but he need to sort it out quick.
I think you're right. I think you're right, and I think if this Man United performance today, I know we've talked a lot about like the attack and stuff and what, the lack in the final third and decision making and stuff. But what I didn't see today was the pressing, bro. Like, it was a total opposite to what we saw against Crystal Palace in the first 30 minutes. Man United, we gave these men too much time on the ball. We reverted right back to how we were under Ole and all these previous managers, where these men would just, you see these isolated sort of attempts with Fred chasing down a guy by himself, or Bruno running down a guy by himself. And what we didn't see is that collective, like, group pressing of like 2-3 players at one time. And I was looking at this team thinking, like, where did all that go? Like, this is what Ralph is all about. He is one of the founders, if not the founder, of the gang press philosophy. We didn't exhibit like any of that on a consistent basis today. Do you know what I mean? Isolated things here and there. And we didn't control that game. And like Gary Neville said today, he said, if there was any other opposition that we're playing tonight, we would have come away with 3 points. And I can clearly see it. Like, I'm looking at this run, thinking, that it was great before this game. Thinking, like, we can go on and do a thing. Now I'm thinking, are we actually going to get 3 points from Brentford? If we do, it's going to be a grind. Do you know what I mean? We're not controlling it. My blood pressure was through the roof watching this game today.
But
all these corners that we're conceding.
Yeah, but the finish. with the way he wants them to play, we're always gonna have games like that. I know we're gonna have games like that. That's kind of like going on too. And then you write to the press, against Crystal Palace, I said it because Crystal Palace was a team, they didn't really press as high up the pitch. Norwich was doing that today. Norwich was actually pressing us high at the pitch. And even the manager even said it too, because the thing is, you're gonna get some teams here that will press you high at the pitch. Some teams do that, some teams just don't do that too. It depends on what kind of like team it is. And then I think today, because they were pressing us high at the pitch and we had to like rush the balls, I don't know, we just lack ideas kind of like doing that too. And as time goes on, right now to the finish, we got another game on Tuesday. So there's no time to go work on nothing on the training pitch too. So right now it's going to have to be the players just doing that too. And I don't know, maybe they were tired too. I don't know, maybe they were tired, they were not tired. I'm not quite sure, but something will change. Against what do you call it? Against Brentford, it will be a big kind of like refresh. I think Luke Shaw will come into the team too. Luke Shaw, I see Luke Shaw coming inside too. I probably would like to think that maybe Elanga will come in for Van der Beek will come in for Bruno. I think he should anyway, because Bruno looks like he's tired, maybe needs some energy. I would love him to kind of like come on, because maybe in that role he will keep the ball, because that's another away game. You don't need to like lose the ball too. And with Greenwood right now,
he's got to start He's got to start against Brentford.
But then I don't know whether he's going to start or not, because today I was very surprised that he came on for Sancho. Because as a fan, we all thought he was going to come on for for Rashford. That's what we thought. So when he came out for Sancho, so my question is this: now, do they see Greenwood playing on the 10 narrow? Or is he going to play as a striker going forward? I know he played him as a striker against Young Boys, but today he done the same substitution he done against Crystal Palace, Sancho for him, and left Rashford on. Maybe he's thinking, I don't want to play him as a striker because I still got Cavani to come into the team, and I still got Martial to come into the team. So if I go and play him there, then I'm going to be short on the narrow bit. I'm going to be short on the narrow bit too. So I don't know. It just took time to see, but a lot of these players need to fix up, boy. But there's going to be changes against Brentford, and I'm looking forward
but
to
do you know what I like, though? What you said, though, is true. I like this formation, because there's no hiding. And really, realistically, the way this formation is set up, Van der Beek is well more suited than Bruno, because you need someone that does the simple, but has in their locker to do a bit more. You know what I mean? And he's not as wasteful as, you could tell when you watch Van der Beek, when he came on in that Champions League game and everyone was like, he played sick. He needs a run of games, because when he does come on, he sometimes does look off the pace, but that's because of a lack of fitness and the lack of match fitness. I think like in this formation, Van der Beek will flourish.
And that's I don't think it's fair how he gets treated.
But he will flourish as a 10, not as a 6 or 8. As a 10,
as a 10. Because those little passes you need. Like, you remember when he came in the Champions League, when he grabbed the ball, the through balls he was doing, and they were accurate to Ronaldo and that. You need someone that actually does that, because there's times where Bruno, the through balls he misses, they're not really that difficult. Like, but it will look, he'll do it in a way where it's like, he'll make it try and be more fancy than it needs to be. And like you said, for a key player, 17 times? That is ridiculous to give away in one half.
I'm really waiting for Pogba to get back to fitness. So he came back from his trip to Dubai.
He said it's 1 month, isn't it? He said he's going to give 2 weeks for Pogba to start training with the team again. Then he needs a further 2 weeks to get up to speed of what he needs. But he said that he's meeting Pogba for the first time tomorrow.
No, I think
Pogba will be great where Bruno is playing, though. But it will be time to see. But you know what's very worrying? What's very worrying? We started the beginning of the season, thinking United probably need a deal, and then we are sorted. Now with a change of formation, now it's looking like we probably need like another 4 or 5 players, bro. It looks like we need about 4 or 5 players.
Why did you say that?
Because look, attack-wise, attack-wise, you know what?
If we get, you know what? We might have to go for Haaland. We need a striker. We need a
striker because the way Ronaldo plays, if you look at the difference between how Ronaldo play and how Rashford play, straight away you just know that this is not gonna work. Even when balls go into the air, Rashford ain't jumping for no one to head the ball, but he ain't jumping, but movements in the box. it's not there, bro. It's not there. So straight away, you just feel like, can he play there? Rashford, long-term wise.
It's fair to say though, even with this formation change, I think Man United always had a striker on the cards. Yeah, I know we got Ronaldo and we locked him in for 2 years, but Man United has always been. I think Man United always would have been having a forward in their mind. One, because obviously Cavani is going to be leaving, and also like Ronaldo. Yeah, he's aging. You know, we need a striker.
Yeah,
anyway,
but then now, Fema, we've gone from just not even just needing a striker. You know, we're going from not needing a striker, not needing a DM or so. We're going from also needing a 10 to play the narrow position too. That is what the biggest.
We don't, man.
Bro, apart from Sancho there. Sancho was a bit positive today, where he was just making the quick passes, 1-2 and everything. But even him too, he just didn't want to do the.
You know what? I don't.
The big pass. All his big passes was to Rashford, and Rashford was wasting it.
I don't think Pogba's going anywhere. To be honest, I feel like he's going to sign a contract at the end of the season. To be honest, that's just my personal view. And two, Donny van de Beek, like Edwin said, he's not been given a consistent run of games. And me, I've been seeing Donny get used in this number 6 role. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever it is. This guy needs to be playing where Bruno's playing and where Sancho's playing for us to see the best out of him. Pogba as well. Them man need to be closer up to the forwards. When you see Pogba higher up, you see him get he took the Premier League by storm in the first couple of games because it was higher up the pitch. And Pogba and Donny van de Beek, do you know what I mean? They're two guys that have got the intricate type of 1-2 passes. Pogba's more clinical with his passing. I don't think like we necessarily need an AMC if Pogba stays. But do you know what I mean? I feel like our issue has been what we needed last season anyway, which is a DM that can also pass a ball, and probably someone that can bench Scott McTominay, and then also a forward, because obviously Greenwood's not a header of the ball. He's a solid striker. He's a generational talent, but there's certain areas where he needs to build on. You know, you heard Ralph Ragnick say, he needs to build up his physicality and all of these things. And then you've got someone like flipping Ronaldo, he's going to be, moving soon. So we need a striker. We need a certified striker. So I feel those are the two positions. The interesting thing here is that we're not after a right back. It doesn't seem normal because Delo is seeming to be putting in.
I was really going to ask you about that. What you thought about our performance with the fullback? Because as I said to you, going forward, one of our attacking threats, is going to have to come from the wing, because you can see when we play very narrow, we find it hard to create chances from there. And realistically, the narrow players should be giving the ball to the fullbacks. And today, at like fullback wise, we were just not threatening from both fullbacks. It was a 5 out of 10 performance for both fullbacks. Maybe with the clean sheet, you would say 6 out of 10 for both fullbacks. But
I feel like we got to give them time in it. Like any formation, because you got to, like, even though Tuchel had a serious change, we even have to look at Klopp and certain managers to impact the team and change the philosophy. Because the difference is, Man United players were playing poor. Let alone forget the manager, they were playing poor. For them to even adapt this, and you made a good point. It's like it's like 1 minute they're doing what the manager wants, and they realize, I want to slow it down. Because like you say, McTominay will have points where you start rushing, then he will slow the ball, and he'll be like, and that's not the way they want them to play.
And reverting back to their default. Remember, they've played like this for years. You get me? Where it's not been like what Ralph Ragnick wants anyway. So it's like there's a lot of like defaulting into old behaviors that needs to be.
That's why. Do you know why? That's why if someone like Pogba is so important to this team, because
but the thing, I don't think so. The thing
is, because he don't be doing that backwards stuff. He's actually very positive.
It's not about the backwards passing per se. Well, that's a big problem too. But it's about game plays to play quick football. Pogba is a player that likes to take his time on the ball sometime before he releases the ball. Pogba is not known for making the game go quick. And then Pogba sometimes just like to take a bit of a touch, do a bit of dribble before you pass it too. So he's gonna have to learn how to play the ball quicker. It's about playing the intensity, and that's what we have as a team. Because even our center backs, they move the ball very slowly. I can't wait for Rafael Varane to come, because he's a guy that play quicker from the back too. Because most of the players just like to play very, very slow. Fred like to play fast. That has always been his problem. He always used to play so fast that he didn't get a time to think. But then now, because we are being asked to play quicker, it is suiting his game more. Whereas the players that like to play slow is affecting the game.
He's flourishing,
guys.
Even today, he's looking better on the ball. You know, even like when he's dribbling, even doing little feints.
Yeah,
he's actually looking much better. But I hope. So I hope Linda Hop's all right, man, because I saw him saying his heart, his chest, isn't it?
Guys, I'm gonna flip the topic slightly because
is it not 40 minutes? Is it not gonna cut out?
I'm gonna flip it. No, you got time. You got time. I'm gonna flip it slightly because Manchester United obviously qualified for the Champions League, and games are coming in thick and fast. We can't even. It's gonna be coming in thick and fast, and I thought let's just touch on this. So obviously Manchester United qualified for the Champions League, top of our group, and Manchester United has got a few guys that we could potentially face in the Champions League. Now, from that list, I'm trying to look through it now. Who do you want?
What's the list?
I'm gonna get it up now. I'm gonna get it up now. So
while you go through this, I'll tell you who's gonna destroy us and who will do okay with
it. Who's gonna destroy us? Who? I know who I want.
But listen to the list first, and then we'll find out who.
Oh, I know the list already, and I will tell you who I want in the last 16. But It's PSG. It's Atletico Madrid, Sporting Lisbon, Inter Milan, Benfica.
Why can't I even
and I don't know who the other team is, but those are the 5 that I remember off my head. Oh, and that team from Australia, Salzburg. I think that's the 6th I know. So
okay, who do you want then?
Me, but I want PSG in the run of 16, bro. Marcus Rashford is gonna go there and then silence Mbappe, bro. But honestly, if we can look, there's 2 things that I want to avoid, and that's if we can avoid PSG, I would like us to avoid PSG because I don't want the whole Messi, Ronaldo kind of like game. It's just gonna bring too much, and then there's push involved too. It's gonna make it instead of box office, it's gonna be box office, but Poch, you got Messi versus Ronaldo, you got us knocking them out before. Look, it's gonna be messy, and I don't want that, bro. I don't want that. Let's just save that for the semi-final.
So we've eliminated PSG then. So Man United's opponents were, like you said, PSG, Inter Milan, Atletico, Sporting Lisbon, Benfica, Salzburg. Look, Inter Milan, Atletico, Sporting, Benfica, Salzburg, and PSG. If you can get any one of those teams, who would you want to go for, NK?
Well, honestly, look, I want Salzburg. Red Bull.
I'm not gonna lie.
It will be a perfect opportunity for us to do some scouting, bro. Let's go do some scouting in Austria, bro. I don't want no hard fixtures, bro. Look, I don't want no hard fixtures. I really feel like United, if we get a favorable draw in the last 16 and we get like a big one in the last 8, we can win and get to the semis, bro. Ease us into it, but if you give us a hard one, well, if you give us like Atletico PSG, we are gonna beat them. But by the time we get to the last 8, we've already used a lot of our energy for that last 16. But I want us to reserve it for the last 8, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, PSG. You know why PSG? We could get them attacking wise, but Mbappe will riot against our defense unless we got someone like Veranda.
Are you stupid, bro? We got Harry Maguire, bro. Maguire will have Messi on lock. Come on, bro.
Look, Edwin.
Bro, look, okay, bro. If you think he's got, bro, do you see that guy that messed up Maguire in the box when he can't do his left? And Maguire was like,
yeah, I saw that. But he was holding on, I was thinking, bro, don't give away a foul, bro. Like, don't give away a foul. Yeah, he got turned. Is it by the American?
Do you know what I think? Right now, Man United can't go against teams that either have really quick players or are organized. Atletico Madrid will be a problem for us because they've got a manager that understands the team and he can organize a good team. You know what I mean?
I feel like if they've got skillful attackers, because these guys, Delo and Telles, like you can right now they're still bedded in, right? They had a better game against Palace. not so much today, right? Defensively, I'm still a bit wary and a bit cautious with them. Like, I'm still a bit cautious, and I don't want them going up against some crazy, creative, skillful, pacey guys that will give them stress.
But Atletico don't have none of that though.
No,
Atletico don't have none of that.
But Atletico's a real good structured team that can keep a clean sheet and just punish you, brother. And if they score first, it's just stress for us. I feel like you said, Salzburg will be a good team. Inter Milan, I probably won't want to go up against them.
But you know what? The funny thing you say that, yeah? The funny thing you say that, I wouldn't be surprised if Man United beat PSG, Inter Milan, Atletico, and then struggle against Salzburg. You know what I mean?
I don't doubt it too. The thing is, look,
not now.
You never
if we
know.
get them today, I don't think so.
Yeah, but friends, the problem is, yeah, apart from PSG, yeah, that if we face them, PSG are probably going to be the favorites, yeah. Any of the other teams, if we do it, I fancy United to go through. Inter Milan, I won't want to get them, but if we get them, I expect us to beat them, bruv. Because I've been watching them play in the Italian league. They're not all that, bruv. They are not all
those
that.
wide positions will get exploited so badly, yeah, in our team, yeah. It will be ridiculous, bro. Like, there's so many times when, if you watch that Norwich game, yeah, oh my Lord, I was there holding my breath in so many moments, and Pukki wasn't on the ball. And I'm just thinking, you know what, bro, like, we're not ready to face any of them opposite. I'm happy that Champions League is down the line, and I'm not thinking about us as a team and us not being able to. I'm just looking at our performance and how we're looking now, like today. Hopefully down the line, I know my team can be capable of beating anyone. We've done it in the past, but as of today, I'm a bit wary, man. I feel like we need a lot more time.
I am a bit worried, but I don't know. I just feel like, look, Cristiano Ronaldo is a big weapon. Now we're starting to get encouragement, stuff like our defense. Like, look, as I said to you, PSG, the only team that I feel like they can probably match us in terms of like attack. The other teams, they will not. And as long as you got Ronaldo and De Gea in the team, yeah, but I fancy us because when they come down to needing the crucial goal, Ronaldo can score. And when it comes to needing a crucial save, yeah, De Gea can do that. And once these two players are in the team, yeah, but I fancy us in a two-leg game.
Look, I digress. But obviously, I want to see Manchester United get an easy draw. And I think, like you said, if we get favourable fixtures, like any team, to be fair, they want favourable fixtures. But for us, I feel like if we get a favourable fixture, we can go maybe to the semis, hopefully. If not, do one better than that. But Manchester United at this present time, we don't really need anyone on smoke right now. I'm glad that it's in a distance right now because we're going to be getting in a lot of these games.
You got to remember, PSG are struggling against certain teams in their own league. So, you know what I mean?
They're struggling, but still, I feel like I do feel like they're in a better place than us right now.
Yeah, I think PSG are just like United. They just more concentrate on the Champions League than the league because of the kind of players that they have. Messi, PSG always want to win the Champions League. United to Ronaldo always want to win the Champions League. So it's just what it is. But I don't know. I don't know. I just hope we avoid them. I just hope Liverpool get PSG and Man United get like any other team, bro, man, than PSG, bro. That's what I'm hoping for.
I mean, I had to talk about it because it was a big thing. It feels like Manchester United hasn't been in this position in quite some time. So, you know, we achieved
that. When the draw comes, we can do another video.
Oh, 100%.
Like breaking it down.
100%. I feel like, you know, I mean, hopefully we do get Salzburg because maybe it is a team that Ralf Rangnick is more familiar with and he can basically set up to play against them. But we'll see. Do you know what I mean? I think it's going to be one of them teams. It's either going to be PSG, I reckon, or it's going to be Salzburg because the story's there. There's that story behind Ralf Rangnick and there's the story behind Pochettino and Messi and all of them guys. But yeah, look, guys, let's wrap up then. So based on what you saw today, who was your best performed? Who's your worst performed? Edwin, best performed.
I would say, I'm not going to lie, like, I feel like Tommy's game wasn't too bad and Fred was all right, but I think you have to give it to De Gea. He was like the standout one for me in terms of like his shot stopping. Like there was an incredible save where he tipped it over. There was that save from the header where it was going to the bottom corner, even the offside thing. So he was the most consistent. Like obviously McTominay had good spells. Fred had good spells, but he was the most consistent throughout the game. So I'll give him. Worst, will either have to. It will probably have to be to Rash. I would say Bruno.
I was waiting for that.
Rashford and Bruno are very close, but with Bruno, because with Bruno, he consistently keeps doing the same thing and getting away with it. And I just feel like just that stat NK gave is ridiculous for someone of his level to be giving away 17 passes. You know what I mean? Giving the ball away 17 times
in 45 minutes, bro. That's in 45 minutes.
So I thought just that stat alone, he moves ahead of Rashford. So he was my poor performance, and I don't even know why he was looked upset when he's coming off. He's lucky he stayed on that long.
Okay, man of the match.
Man of the match. It has to be De Gea. To be honest, today, nobody really kind of play well. Nobody really kind of play well, and that's one thing about United that we need to fix. Like even if when you don't play well, still I want players to be like Ronaldo. That even on their off days, they still find a way to get to influence the game
and not be over reliant on Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just saying I want a lot of players to be like that. That even days that they don't play well, they still do something. Like for example, today Rashford, you had a bad game, and then maybe on the one opportunity to get maybe do a good run, and then just kind of just score. Those kind of because today Ronaldo, bro, you could probably say he was as bad as Rashford today. But then one moment of intelligence that won the penalty, bro. He knew what he was doing, very clever, trying to jam. The guy was over him. He just fell off, and he was the only one that appealed for the penalty, bro. Sometimes these players need to do that, even on your bad games. Just do that too, bro. But you don't always have to play well to just have an influence on the game, Yeah. Today, none of them kind of play well. The only one today that kind of we had a clean sheet, and we were deserving of the clean sheet because of the goalkeeper, De Gea. Once again, he made 3 very good saves. Like the first one that he made, the PQ one where he got done a shot, I didn't even know he actually saved it, I thought maybe the guy just shot it, and then it went just over the thing, and then they shot the replay, and he actually tip it there. And then the free kick one too. Maguire, anytime we try to take a free kick here, he's the first one to go. He needs to stop doing that, He's the first one to go because he always feel like he can win the headers. But in this instance, he didn't win the header. It nearly cost us. One of them was off. One of them was going to be ruled as offside anyway. One of the gears say, but any day, he still made it anyways though. And as I said, when you have players that do their job, especially in the defense, make the team have a clean sheet, and you always have opportunity of winning. And today, that's what De Gea done. He kept us in the game, and eventually, with the attacking power that Man United got, we actually took one of our chances, and that's all that was needed today.
Yeah,
worst player. This is hard. This is hard. Who to give it to? I mean, Bruno had a terrible game too, but I kind of overlook Rashford too, but man, I don't know. These two people, it's like they're not just grabbing the opportunities, and they have been favorite and only for a very long time that they just still feel like no matter how they play, they're still gonna get into their team. Rashford, since he came to the team, I mean, he scored against Leicester. He was scoring. His performance-wise, he has been terrible, but he was getting the goals and assists. Now, in the last 2 games or so, it has dried up, and the performance is starting to kind of speak. He started 3 games, and in those 3 games, but I don't know how he managed to start today's game. Once Cavani and Martial get fit, I don't know how he start. I see him starting against Brentford because I don't think we got enough options up front. So unfortunately, I still see him starting there. But once Cavani and Martial probably start, I know Martial want to leave and stuff. But if I was him, I would just give myself another I will smell that I can get into this team, because if you watch the way Rashford is playing, I will wait. Cavani, when Cavani is free, he walks straight into the team. He literally walks straight into the team. So yeah, it has to be Rashford. Unfortunately, he is not giving himself justice in this team, and it's just a matter of time before he loses his place. And once he loses his place, it'll be hard for him to get back inside it, because attacking is one place that we got options, and when you get your chance, you need to take it, because you can go from number 1 to number 4 instantly.
Instant. It's that real, because we just got so much attacking options. So look, I think I agree with you unanimously that David De Gea was my man of the match. I feel like he kept us in the game. He won us those 3 points. He made spectacular saves, 3 key ones especially, and he's been doing it, you know what I mean? And I think that argument with him and Henderson has been put to bed. I think it's dead, dusted, buried. David De Gea is our number 1 keeper. He's a world-class keeper, and he's here to stay. So I'm happy about that. So he's my man of the match. My worst performed. Do you know what? To be fair though, I thought Lindelof was having a really good game before he had these issues. I'm not sure what's going on with him. His heart, I think it was. He said it was breathless, fell to the ground. But I thought he was having a decent game, Lindelof. I felt like, you know what, you're putting in a decent performance here. Maguire as well. I think the storm has calmed down on him as well slightly, so I have to give him some shout outs there. I know Edwin don't want him, but
because he has been less to defend now, so he's all right.
Exactly. He's getting that protection, which I feel every other team gets other than us. So he's doing okay. But you know what I mean? I felt like our centre back's done all right. But yeah, I'll give it to David De Gea. Worst performed? Bruno, I have to give it to Bruno. It was a close one between him and Rashford. Rashford still was very poor today, man. Decision making, very poor. But I did see more of him, which is a positive. Like in previous games, I just don't see him at all. Today I saw more of him, but more of him in a way which still wasn't positive anyway. But at least he was trying to make an effort, trying to make an impact. Like I said, there was times where he should have released the ball earlier. He didn't. There's times that he should have taken a shot, but he passed it. So his decision making was off. But Bruno, I thought things would change in this formation, but it's not. It's not changing. It's giving away the ball a lot, you know what I mean? And a lot of our team members are doing it as well. I feel like we need to fix that. And for that reason, man, Bruno Fernandes, man, in an away game like this, a game where it's only 1-0, a game where we need to be more protective of that ball, he was giving it away far too often. And he wasn't the only one, but, he gave it away the most. Wasn't as effective. So for me, he was the worst performed. But guys, you know what? We've got a game coming up in the next couple of days against Brentford. It's going to be a big game for us Tuesday. You know what I mean? We're sitting 5th right now before, who else got to play, but we're sitting 5th right now.
2-1 United that game. 2-1 United
We're kind of reaching up for the Champions League spot. So you know what? Hopefully we get this win, man. So we're going to be back here after that game, chopping it up and analysing it. So but before I leave, what is your scoreline again, NK? 2-1 to who? Brentford or Man U?
To Man United all day, but I don't think we will get a clean sheet because they are a very attacking team. But I see Ronaldo just scoring it too. I just see Ronaldo nicking one goal too. I'm not sure who's gonna score the second one, but I see us doing enough to win that game.
Edwin,
but it's gonna be a very difficult game though.
I think 3-0.
Who? To United?
Man U. Yeah.
Jeez, the confidence is oozing.
Are you okay?
Bro, that's gonna be a mad one, I'll say, look, I'm going with 1-1, I'm going with 1-1. I feel like we ain't doing enough attack wise, and I feel like we'll concede, but we have got a better defense, but I feel like we'll concede. I think it'll be 1-1. That's my concern.
Brentford has been leaking goals, but they've been scoring, but they've been leaking too, but so I don't know. We'll see anyway, though. But it's going to be a very, very intense game to watch. It's going to be very scary to watch. One of those ones that, today, how the last 10 minutes felt, yeah? I feel like Brentford, the whole 90 minutes will feel like that.
100%. Look, guys, thanks for joining, man. It was a nice chop up of the game. We got the victory, 3 points, boom, boom, boom. Guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter at 99 Banter, TikTok at OT99 Banter Room, and Instagram at OT99_Banter Room. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Take care, man.